In early 2023, Kouri Richins stepped into the public eye as a beacon of resilience. After the unexpected death of her husband, the Utah mother of three authored a picture book designed to help families navigate the sudden loss of a parent. She actively promoted the book, titled "Are You With Me?", making appearances on local media. During one radio interview, she spoke earnestly about her hope to provide comfort to any family enduring the exact same tragedy. The pages inside reinforced that devotion. She explicitly dedicated the story to her late husband, Eric, praising him in print as an amazing partner and a wonderful father. That sympathetic narrative lasted 2 months. In March 2023, the grieving author was taken into police custody. Investigators charged her with the fatal poisoning of Eric Richins, the very same man she had just spent weeks publicly memorializing. The children's story functioned as a calculated performance. She engineered the entire publication to cast herself as a victim and build a smokescreen to hide a lethal reality. Behind the curated image of a tragic, loving marriage, the reality of Kouri's private life was quietly collapsing. Prosecutors revealed she was buckling under severe pressure, having quietly accumulated millions in debt, creating a cascading deficit. But by secretly taking out life insurance policies, she expected his death to trigger a sudden influx of capital. That estate alone was substantial. The couple lived just outside Park City, Utah, an exclusive ski resort town. She expected to inherit assets valued at over $4 million. She already had a plan for that money. Investigators discovered she was engaged in an extramarital affair and was actively laying the groundwork to build a completely new life with her partner. The combination of crushing debt and a fully funded exit strategy turned a fractured marriage into a fatal liability. Eric's murder in 2022 marked the conclusion of a deliberate, months-long campaign. Before the fatal night, there was a test run. The court found her guilty of an earlier attempted murder, where she had spiked a sandwich intended for her husband. When he survived that incident, she refined her approach. Later that year, she prepared a drink for Eric in their home and handed it directly to him. This time, the drink was laced with a lethal dose of fentanyl. Fast forward to her trial in early 2026. The woman who had been so eager to speak to local reporters refused to testify, sitting entirely silent as the clinical details of her crime were presented to the jury. What she did immediately after Eric's death was just as damning as the poisoning itself. She quickly filed paperwork to fraudulently claim the very insurance benefits she had secretly secured. Poisoning a spouse twice requires intense focus. Following that act with immediate financial fraud strips away any illusion of a shocked, grieving mother. The final reckoning arrived on Wednesday, May 13, 2026, when Kouri Richins returned to court to face her sentencing. By a dark twist of the calendar, the hearing took place on what would have been Eric Richins' 44th birthday. The court delivered the absolute maximum penalty, a sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole. Judge Richard Marazzi was blunt in his assessment of her dual life, stating on the record that a person capable of these acts is simply too dangerous to ever be free. Breaking her long silence, she spoke for 30 minutes, directing her final words toward her estranged children. She acknowledged the damage she caused, stating, quote, "I know today you don't want to speak to me and you hate me. That's okay. When you are ready, I will be here for you." Kouri's children's book sits as a public record of her performative grief. But the true weight of her deception falls on her 3 children, the very people her writing claimed to protect.